Hello, welcome to ceramic plate making. We're going to start the same way we made our bowls, which means you need to find something that you can use as a mold. So look around your house for a ceramic plate or for any kind of plate, and then please ask permission that you're able to use that as a mold. So we're going to start this the same way as our clay bowls. You might need 1 or 2 cubes of clay, depending on how large they are, so you might need to wedge them together. Once they're ready, you're going to roll out your slab. Make sure your slab is even throughout, and remember when you're rolling, it needs to be rolled like a circle, not just in one direction. Because this is such an easy project to make, please check the top and the bottom of your slab. Make them as smooth and perfect as you can before you lay it on the plate. If I had a whole bunch of bumps on this underside of my slab, I might get a sponge and water and just wipe them away so that it looks perfect before I start. I know the other side was great, so I'm putting my absolutely smooth, perfect side on my plate, and then I'm gonna just check the top to make sure both look as good as they can. So grab saran wrap, plastic wrap, or paper towel if you don't own saran wrap, and lay it on the plate. Remember, you have to have something between the plate and your clay, or else it will stick. When you're ready, you can put your slab right on and then just lightly press to make sure it's touching the plate. You don't really need to make any indents, no pinches, no marks like that. It's extremely easy to mold a plate that's really flat. So now I'm just going to take my X-Acto or my straight edge knife and cut off my excess clay. I'm going to cut it again, so if this doesn't look perfect, don't worry. I'm going to smooth it and then cut it again. At this point, you just want to get a sponge and water and really check to make sure there are no fingernail indents or wrinkles from saran wrap on the top or any kind of weird blemishes, because this is how your plate will dry. And oftentimes when we're smoothing out clay, it starts to spread out a little. So you're gonna have to recut the edge, which is great because now you have the side of the plate to help guide you as you cut. So as long as you know that you're cutting right along that edge, then your plate should be perfectly round. My knife touches the molded plate, the original plate. It touches it while I cut, so I know I'm cutting right against that edge. One thing to check before your final cut is to see how wrinkled that saran wrap is. It is going to leave a wrinkle on your clay, so you want to try and flatten and straighten it out now so that you don't have a big chunk missing from the underside of your clay later. And when you think everything has been smoothed enough and you don't see too many wrinkles, you can go ahead and cut the edge again. I angle my knife at a 45-degree angle because I like the look of a little bit of a slant on my final plate. You could cut it a different angle if you want. You can kind of see it a little bit there from how I'm cutting. You can cut it perfectly vertical if you want. I like a little angle. And then I'm just going to smooth this one more time with a sponge, and that is it. When it looks beautiful, then you can just grab a piece of saran wrap. Or again, if you don't have it and you're putting this in a bag, be really careful so it fits. And you don't need it to be completely sealed. You can just have it lightly laying on there. Remember, now that you know how long it takes a bowl to dry, you can kind of judge how long it will take your plate. We don't want it to dry 100%, we just want it to harden so it keeps that form. And then on day 2 or day 3, you can remove it. I actually left mine here a little too long, so it's dried almost completely. The plus is it took the form of the plate. The negative is if I had a huge blemish or a piece missing, I would never really be able to fix it. Also, if I wanted to add a foot right now, I couldn't because my clay is too dry. So make sure if you want to add a foot or any other details, your clay is definitely still plastic, which means it's wet and you can still add to it. So on the second class day, we're going to just pick up our plate, see if it has hardened enough to hold that mold shape, and smooth the back of the plate. So you can see all the wrinkles my saran wrap made. I'm just using a sponge and gently smoothing it. This is extremely fragile, really, really fragile, like an eggshell. Worse than the bowls. So take care and really be gentle when you're doing this part. When it's done, you can check both sides and remember we're carving our initials and our period number underneath. All right, good luck.